when he fully explains what he was trying to do, it makes it even weirder.
Yeah.
Because he's like, because it wasn't even necessarily I'm turning you in. He's like, either I turn myself in or I bring you with me. It's never even in bringing my cousin with me. It's all about me or me and you.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is weird, man. And his cousin showing up acting like a jealous bitch.
Mm-hmm. He was just like,
And I,
that nigga turned around. He was just like, that nigga tell you he been recording your conversations or whatever.
that sound like when a girl be like, "What did he tell you? He was at my house last night."
Exactly. It sounds extra zest. And when he
Man.
pulled, it was hilarious. That tire screech was hilarious. Like he told him that, and all you heard was, I'm like, man, bro, like, come on, man. Like,
This
but
shit is weird, man.
you know, I don't know. I feel like he's just confused right now because he's not gonna turn his cousin in. It's almost like that. It's just a weird situation. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
his cousin already don't trust Shauna at all. So he got to make it seem like he ain't really in love with Shauna, because I think that's what it really is at the end of the
yeah.
day. Like he in love with this girl. So his cousin is making him, you know, like, yo, it's either her or me.
You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
Right. Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you, and we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off.
Damn.
Nigga broke them.
Oh, well.
Hey y'all, we back. We had technical difficulties last week. Brian got arrested. He just got out this morning, so we back on our shit.
Mm-hmm.
We doing rap shit episodes 6 and 7.
Shauna told on us. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say fuck StreamYard.
Hey, straight up.
That's what that was the issue.
If you're a podcaster with StreamYard, fuck it.
Man.
I don't know how y'all get it to work, because that's what fucked up our whole recording last week.
Yeah, we'll try to do something different, but we back on.
Right back where we started.
Regular degulars. OG, zoom.
We back though. So episode 6 and 7.
Yeah, so pretty much this episode, it was almost like the aftermath of old boy getting burnt up.
Mm-hmm. Where they ended up, basically, where Shauna and Mia ended up, and Chasity right back in the hood, basically at square one.
Pretty much. And I'm like, I don't think bro dead yet, but you know,
no, he ain't dead.
He was on full fire.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't just like, you know what I mean? He didn't just get his hair. They didn't put him out.
No.
He was looking like Cinder. Remember Killer Instinct?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. He was definitely flamed up like a nigga from Pyru. But in this episode, they back home. They pretty much all dealing with the bullshit that was stacking up from them being away.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the like Shauna's situation still with Maurice, that, you know, that takes effect again. Mia's situation with her kid's father. Mm-hmm. And well, not even really a situation, but just the fact that you know, bro moving on.
It's that, and you can see that her daughter kind of like is more attached to her daddy now than before. And the energy that what's the baby daddy's name?
Damn.
I can't think of his name right now. his energy was more of he over the bullshit. Like she can't play with his mind like she's used to doing.
Right.
And she clearly tried to.
All it took was for somebody else to come in, because it's like at first I don't think he was even really waiting on. His name is Lamont, by the way.
Lamont.
I don't even think he was really waiting on her more than it was just like, you know how it's like you leave something open, like it was just open. You know what I mean? It was open for the taking, but at the same time, it's like everybody can do their own thing.
Yeah, it's not even. I don't think he was necessarily waiting, but it's like it's kind of like, because even before she went on tour, you could see he was over it. Because remember, she tried to get at him. He's kind of like, nah, just chill out on that.
Yeah.
But then it's like now it's like he's trying to build that we just cool now. So when she called him on come to LA, I'm gonna hook you up with this dude. She doing all that. So he's like a partner, like, oh, for sure.
Yeah,
but then she hit him with the bullshit again. So when you see, because at that point he's like, I'm done with all of your shit, all of your bullshit. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
So when she see him face to face, it's like, nah, like now that door is closed. Because he even gave her that look, like, what did she say to him? And then nigga kind of gave her a look and laughed, like, like,
she tried to make like a joke or something. You talking about when he picked up his daughter?
Yeah, she said something. I can't even remember what happened in that episode to know what he said.
Damn. I remember what you're talking about too, because when he picked her up and he said something, he was just like, yeah, it's what you always do, or some shit like that.
Right. You can tell it was just like he was just over it. And then too, at the same time, like you said, when you got another situation, it ain't really a situation, but your interest is over there now. It's kind of like, now I can see you clearly for the bullshit you own. And it's like, now I'm trying to close that door completely.
Yeah, because the messed up part about it, I think that she had been trying to like string him along anyway. Like she was trying to string him along on some LA shit, like for her benefit, versus like he was trying to go on some business shit. Like she was just trying to have him out there just because she wanted, she wanted somebody to be there just in case the other stuff didn't work out.
It's literally like how Drake say, I hate sleeping alone. That's her.
Yeah.
Like if the door's closed with all my other situations, he's the one situation I know I could just pull, and whenever I want to, I could just be like, and she feel like she got that power to be like, I can turn it on whenever I want. That's why when he came over there, she trying to flirt and shit. He just like, man, I'm just here to get my daughter. Like, I don't, like, chill out with all that. It's like he's closing that door on her, and she can't stand that she don't got that control.
Right.
Like he say, she say.
Yeah, it's you could tell like he's definitely been over it, but I feel like at this point with when it comes to Mia, she's gonna try to mess up his new situation that he got going on. Like you can tell that that's coming. You know what I mean? She already in his business. So
I don't. So we blended. We talking about both episodes together then?
Not really, but because the old girl was in the other episode too.
Yeah, she was there, but the sense I get is not her wanting to necessarily mess up anything he got going on. She just wants to have that. She wants to be able to snap her fingers whatever she want and get whatever she needs from him. You get what I'm saying? It's like she don't give a fuck about her. She cares, but she don't care as long as she can still. If he was like you remember how Superhead was saying like she got married to dude from Family Matters, but then if Lil Wayne called, she's still going over there, and he got to understand that. She wants that type of situation. Like
that's why
I don't give a fuck. Yes, it's ridiculous, but she wants it to where it's like whenever I need you or want you for something, you jump when I call. But I don't care what you're doing when you're over there. So I think it's more of that rather than her being jealous or anything.
Yeah, I look at it all in the same, because it's like if he doing his own thing, just be happy for him. Because if you're trying to like, well, why this and why that, that's just like what. That's not even your business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me that is a piece of jealousy. It might not be full-fledged or whatever. Like he's single, so he can do whatever he want. But the fact that you even care a little bit to where you checking on things, like you checking her pages and all of that kind of stuff. That seems like jealousy to me.
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's jealousy of the attention. You don't want her to get the attention he was giving to you.
Yeah.
So it's like I mean, I ain't gonna. I saw something different at the end of episode 7 from what I saw when I watched episode 6. So it's like at the end of episode 6, it's like she's jealous that she's jealous that he's not fully focused and jumping when she calls.
Right.
Like not doing that shit no more.
Yeah, he didn't definitely put his foot down.
So that's what Shauna's situation was, episode 6. I mean, that's where Mia's situation was. Shauna's situation was she popped up on dude because dude wasn't returning her call, so she just popped up on him.
That nigga is a bitch. I swear he is, and I don't know I already know what's gonna happen, but just seeing it unfold, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? How you could tell that's like he's being like led by old boy, his cousin. You know what I mean? That nigga was just like, yeah, nigga, record that shit, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like you all want to say it like that, but it seems like that's still his partner at the end of the day. Like when she came over, like if he was on that same, if old boy was over there, he wouldn't even let her in. Like, you know what I mean?
Man. It's extremely weird. The energy of all of that is extremely weird when he fully explains what I'm jumping into episode 7. When he fully explains what he was trying to do, it makes it even weirder.
Yeah.
Because he's like, because it wasn't even necessarily I'm turning you in. He's like, either I turn myself in or I bring you with me. It's never even in bringing my cousin with me. It's all about me or me and you.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is weird, man. And his cousin showing up acting like a jealous bitch.
Mm-hmm. He was just that nigga turned around. He was just like, that nigga tell you he been recording your conversations or whatever.
That sound like when a girl be like, "What did he tell you? He was at my house last night."
Exactly. It sounds extra zest. And when he pulled, it was hilarious. That tire screech was hilarious. Like he told him that, and all you heard was, I'm like, man, bro, like, come on, man. Like,
this shit is weird, man.
But you know, I don't know. I feel like he's just confused right now because he's not gonna turn his cousin in. It's almost like that. It's just a weird situation. You know what I mean? Because his cousin already don't trust Shauna at all. So he got to make it seem like he ain't really in love with Shauna. Because I think that's what it really is at the end of the day. Like he in love with this girl. So his cousin is making him, like, yo, it's either her or me, which it
ain't even. It's not even her or me because he's like, in his mind, his cousin's not even in the equation. He was like, like I said, I'm jumping to episode 7 again. Mm-hmm. But he was like, my lawyer said this is the deal for me. But if I bring somebody with me, then this is the deal for me. And when he's saying that, he's not even talking about his cousin. He's telling her, like, if I bring you with me, then I get less time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he was recording that conversation, probably, right?
You think so?
Yeah. Like just at the end of the episode, it looked like when they was hugging or whatever, and he making it seem like she pretty much put herself out there and said all of the stuff that she did. You know what I mean? So I think he might have had that on tape. They didn't show it, but I feel like that's how it's going to end. Like we both feel like, she's going to jail at the end of the episode. You know what I mean? And it will end the next episode, and that's how it's pretty much going to end. Mia's already doing a solo type of thing with Courtney. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel like it's gonna start. Like she's already, that song that Courtney and her did, they didn't really play it a lot, but I think that song is gonna pop with just Mia on it.
Yep. And Mia, and that's gonna be that's gonna be what really garners the attention that they need for their career.
Right. They're gonna break out with that.
But I mean, and I didn't want to talk about that situation, but when I was saying I felt differently after I watched episode 7 about her being jealous, in the argument her and Lamont had, you could see they are both still in love with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
It was like reminiscent of remember we talked about Insecure when Lawrence and Issa were arguing outside the restaurant, and it's like, I'm trying to say whatever I can to hurt your feelings. It was the same shit because they was both like, bitch, nigga, bitch.
yeah, and it was just like, yo, like, okay, like, let me ask you a question. Who's foul in this situation? Is Mia foul being single, fucking with Courtney in front of his face?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Only because, and this goes back to when I say we talked about before, when you're in a relationship, you let the other person know if you had a situation with somebody when you're in the room with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
She knew exactly what she was doing when she showed up like that.
He did call her though.
He called her, but she could have been like, Courtney was acting like a hoe in this scene.
How you figure?
Because Courtney knows that's her baby daddy. So Courtney's like, if you notice his energy, it's like, I don't even want to say he was acting like a hoe as in getting at Lamont. It was more so as getting at her. Because he the one suggested it, like, yeah, I need a female energy on here. Yeah. He like, yeah, you think she'll do it? And Lamont like, nigga, he don't know she like, oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep on making the music. Like, fuck it, yeah. So it's like Courtney wanted to put her in the situation to see what she was gonna do. Cause she put him in a situation when they got in that fight at the party.
So you think he did that purposely?
Yeah, for sure. It's like he did that to test her nuts, basically. But she could have told Lamont before they even had that connection. She could have told him, like, look, this is what happened with me and Courtney. But she showed up on some playing shit and trying to make Lamont jealous in the moment. Everything she was doing, she kept looking at Lamont like, oh yeah, you see me all up on him. I'm doing all this extra shit. Lamont was playing it cool, like it's like now he reading the room, but Lamont was a real nigga in that moment for not reacting.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, at the end of the day, like it's all about business with him. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like he even really tripping. It's just like he don't want that situation to turn messy. Now Mia did react out of jealousy though, because the only reason why Mia even came up like yammed all out like that because of how she found out about the homegirl. What's it called? The new girl that he's dating from her daughter. You know what I mean? It's like you dating you dating our daughter's friend's mom, and you didn't tell me. And that's somebody we both know.
The reason I don't think Mia was necessarily acting out of jealousy rather than just being herself is because she basically used that same energy when she ran into Cash and dude at the party. It was like, they both here and you still playing the both of them like they ain't both here. It's like, both of them got feelings for you and you doing the same bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just a little bit different because of who Lamont is to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think she would really be tripping off of Cash having nobody for too long. Like, Cash would be like, all right, niggas gonna be niggas kind of thing. Or of course you did something like that. Like, niggas gonna be, but Lamont is a little bit different.
Yeah, so I'm saying, remember what I was saying at the end of this, but after the argument, I could see the jealousy in her. Yeah. I don't think she really knew how she really felt about Lamont until like you say, saw the girl, but she's still ignoring it. She's still like, I'm still me. So I'm still gonna play my game because that's what I do. I play with niggas.
Yeah.
But in the moment of Lamont reacting the way he reacted, it wasn't like she was doing all the shit to get a reaction in the moment.
For sure.
And Lamont just like, nigga, we just listened to the song, but she's not getting the reaction she wanted in that moment until he left. And she's thinking when he left, she's like, he's in a jealous rage. He ain't in a jealous rage. He's just checking you for acting stupid.
Yeah, for being messy.
Yeah, so it's like her plan, her game ain't working no more. And just like he said when he read her and said she was just like her mama, that nigga cut deep in the motherfucker.
You would have thought the Lakers made a buzzer beater in the way I was like, yes.
Hey, I was the same way, like, yes, nigga, tell this motherfucker.
I was like, man, I was sitting over there like cheering for the whole squad. But yeah, I mean, and she was like, you foul as fuck for that. I'm just like, at the end of the day, like y'all both are saying the worst things y'all can to each other at the end of the day. But what he told you, yeah, it's foul, but it was the truth like a motherfucker. I said it in another episode about like, like how she pretty much is her mom. And she knows she is. You know what I mean? She don't want to hear that, but she's a hoe.
Shit, it's funny because she got those judgments for her mom, but she's so blind that she can't see it in herself. She can't see that she's doing the same shit as her mom.
I'm trying to figure out what Mia is in it for. Like, I know she want to, I know she's just in it for the money at the end of the day, but I don't even know if she really like in it for like the rap. You know what I mean? Like the actual struggle, like, you know what I mean? Like coming up being a rapper, I think it's just all money grab, attention. That's all she wants. Like, that's all she been wanting.
And I think it's that, but I think she's slowly starting to understand. She's slowly starting to get a feeling for the shit being real to her. If she could find another way to make money, she would just go do that easily. Yeah. If she didn't have to do OnlyFans, if somebody was like, come over here, work at this law firm, we'll give you $1 million, she'll go do that. It's like she'll be quick for the money, but she's starting to find a passion for this shit. Like she'd have never called Shauna like, come on, we a group. That was not her energy before.
Yeah.
Now she like, nigga, we got a career. Like now she's starting to fall in love with this shit.
That's because somebody fucking with it. Like if somebody fuck with your craft or whatever, that's something that you're doing, like you start to feel it like, oh damn, like I'm good at this. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so I think that's where it's going, and she's definitely about to go solo. I kind of knew that off rip, not because of the whole, like, I mean, kind of because of the City Girl story, but you can tell that's where they're going at the end of the day. Like she's gonna be the one that's popping, and Shauna going to jail because oh boy pretty much gonna dime her out for a lower sentence.
Yep. So Shana gonna do some months in jail, but she's going to jail.
Yeah, for sure.
Because so getting off of Shana and Mia, we go to Duke.
Yeah.
Chasity. Her situation was tough as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, the MVP of that episode for me, I don't know if you felt the same, her fucking uncle.
Oh yeah. For sure. Man, like for sure. And he was like, man, killed nobody since 03. He's fucking on my street.
Her uncle is one of the realest niggas. I felt emotions in that scene because in that moment, it's like Chasity already told her story. Like she had nobody, all she had was her uncle.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, all this shit went down from everything she learned from her uncle. I'm like, when she go to her uncle, is her uncle gonna turn his back? This is what I'm thinking. Like, so when he was like, here, take this gun, I'm like, damn, your uncle gonna make you kill somebody too. Yeah. But then you see in the situation, her uncle was still like, you still my niece. So that love is like, regardless, like I'm still gonna protect you. Because even when he approached dude, he was like, what's up with you and my niece, man? And dude was like, hey, man, you know.
Like, man, you know the game. Like, oh yeah, nigga.
Like for sure, yeah.
But you know the game too. Like, you know what I mean? You know why I'm here, low key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the MVP of that episode was definitely her uncle for me. And I love that nigga for that.
So we didn't talk about it, but Duke got the brakes beat off of her for pretty much trying to take corners from another pimp.
Try to take the hotel.
Try to take the hotel or whatever. That's a little, where they do their business at. Duke tried to go in there. She pulled a gun on all the strippers and whatnot because I think somebody did it to, I think not somebody did it to her, but somebody kind of took over her block while she was on tour.
It was him. It was the same. So what happened? So what happened was, I guess they got ran out of there and they was working somewhere else. And then they got caught up in bullshit. And she like, well, no, y'all go back to the other hotel then. And that's when they was kind of like, they didn't want to tell her.
Yeah.
And she like, what's the problem? They're like, oh, well, he took it over. Like, we can't go back there. So that's when she was like, I got to go do this shit on my own and run this nigga out the hotel. But then that nigga beat on her like a nigga.
He beat the brakes off of her. I thought he was I know he wasn't going to kill her because, she got to be a character. But yeah, he beat the brakes off of her ass. And she lost a tooth. And then the next episode, she had a tooth.
Well, they said it. They was like, they said that replacement tooth looked good.
Did. So yeah, she now I feel like Duke is kind of starting to get out of her situation too at the end of the day. Like I don't think she like this game ain't for her. Like she's starting to see an out. You know what I mean? Like now her talking to Brittany Hall's character.
Yeah.
The one that she met at the party where I told you she was gonna eat her pussy. How did it happen?
Yeah, you said that, and I also said she was gonna be her end to the industry. You literally said that.
But you were like, that's funny because you were like, no, it's not. I was like, no, I can tell. Like, you're not gonna bring like, all right, this is a fucked up thing to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Oh shit.
So, if she would have been like some, I don't know, more unattractive character that would have approached her that night. You know what I mean? Somebody that you wouldn't want to see any kind of like, but like, man, Brittany Hall is a sex symbol pretty much at this point.
Literally,
you bring her in that mode, and like you already know that Duke is gay. Yeah, I was like, they're gonna mess with each other. Like that's gonna be her in, but that's also gonna be her in. If you know what I mean. And right away I saw it. I was like, she keep looking at this girl like that. I was like, man, this ain't no regular conversation, man.
You know what it is? I don't think I don't know, maybe wishful thinking. I don't know. I just didn't I was more focused on what was going on with the industry bullshit in those scenes. So it's like I didn't even pay attention that she was taking them glances that she was taking. I
mean, not to mention like also, you know what I mean, and not like Chasity is also like attractive behind all of the I'm trying to act like a boy or whatever. Like you could tell it's just like, man, they're gonna sexualize the shit out of Chasity at some point.
You know what's dope about, and I want to shout out Chasity, whoever the actress is, I don't know her name.
Janika Booth.
Hey, the scene when she's sitting at the bar, how uncomfortable she was.
Yeah.
She was murdering that shit because Brittany looking at her soul.
Yeah.
While she talking, she keep looking around and shit. She like, it's like you could tell she like nervous. Like
I ain't been in a relationship since the 7th grade.
Yeah.
She got that raspy voice. Like she was really trying to thug it out the whole time, but it was like, yo, She just couldn't do it no more. Like, what do you think about that though? Do you think that they needed to put her in that situation, or do you think they should have kept her hardcore?
She's
Like,
still hardcore though.
like without the emotion of like having a relationship and being,
I mean,
with
pimps fall
somebody.
in love too.
Like Kiki Palmer in the movie Pimp.
Yeah, or like Snoop did.
Oh man, I
Pimps
don't
fall
know.
in love too. Uh, um, as far as them tearing down, I don't think they tore down. They didn't tear down the image of her being hard or being a thug or whatever. They kind of showed that it's been a while since she tapped into her sensitivity. You could tell that. Like even when she got beat up, she's like, it's like you still see the lost little person in her in the moments.
Yeah,
Like she's still a child at heart almost. Like she's a product of her environment, but you can still she's still a human being at the end, but you don't ever see that.
yeah. I was thinking to myself because I was a little bit hard on like the episodes or whatever, and I'm just like I started thinking I was like, well, maybe this is all still character development
It
as the
is definitely.
episodes was going. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'm pretty much okay. These are who these people are. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And it's just like I'm looking for more of a story about getting into the industry and being rappers or whatever. But it's also, could be building that person's character up. Like Duke might not always be the Duke that she is that we know. Like Shauna might not be the Shauna that we know right now. You know what I mean? Like things can change. I never look at the fact that the show is maybe like when you watch like a longer show, right? Like you looking for that character development because you kind of know that this person is going to go from this to that at some point. But like with this,
Right.
I'm thinking they're already who they are, and I'm just looking for the story at this point. But I'm
We do we
thinking,
we do a lot of industry talk when we review these episodes. We don't necessarily talk about how the characters are changing.
mm-hmm,
We always be like, because I can't wait till we talk about the whole ass nigga Francois that I was right about. But we always focus on what's going on industry wise. But
mm-hmm,
Shauna, Mia, and Chastity are definitely changing. You seeing all the
sure,
doors that they pass are closing.
mm-hmm,
So it's like they have to adapt to be not necessarily just in the music for the money, because all three of them basically was in the shit for the money. But
yeah,
now it's turning into we're putting passion behind this shit.
yeah. Because I'm waiting on this. I'm waiting on episodes. I'm just like, man, like it's about to be over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, maybe I might not get what I want until season 4. You know what I mean? Like it just
Right.
is what it is. So I'm looking at it more now for what it is and like, watching the characters develop and whatnot, which is cool still. I'm still mad that the last episode is next week.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, so but it is what it is.
But yeah, let's talk about this whole ass nigga Francois that I've been right about since the beginning of this fucking season. Let's talk about that nigga.
Tell me what you're thinking.
This nigga literally is doing everything I said about using whoever he can to get where he needs to be. Mm-hmm. In the beginning, they should have never went on tour with this nigga. This nigga been full of false promises. This nigga lied about me. He lied about everything, and he's lying now. He's doing that. I said literally it was gonna get to a point where he's not fucking with the white girl no more, and he's gonna go to Shauna like, I want to be your manager. I thought he was gonna say Shauna, but now he like, I want to be your manager. But there's nothing about him worth trusting. I don't give a fuck about industry shit. I don't give a fuck about the way it goes. I don't give a fuck about where he thinks he brought them to, because they're back at square one, and every promise he gave them is now fucking invalid. That Shauna didn't even ask him about what about the meeting you said we was gonna have. She didn't even bring that shit up. This nigga was like, yeah, I was going through it. I went to the Bahamas to relax or whatever the fuck he said. And then he came back on some, yeah, she doesn't fuck with me no more. And it's like even in that he's lying. She don't fuck with you. He made it seem like they had a split, right? Like we don't, right. But it's because that's what I'm saying. So she dipped on you, but like the hoe that you are, you gonna try to leech on to them because you seen the attention they was getting.
Absolutely. We was both right about him. I've been saying the same thing. Like he did it.
Nah, man.
He's the epitome.
Rewind the tape, man.
He is the epitome of an industry nigga. He's gonna do whatever he can. I was saying that, yes, you latch on to people like that, but then you only use them like how they using you. That's it. You just go, you cool with Francois, you meet somebody through Francois. You go to all these parties and don't stick with him because no, he don't have your best interests at heart. That nigga's just an industry nigga. He gonna get whatever comes his way because they both are grinding at the end of the day. Like he ain't gonna just be like, oh, Shauna's my friend and I'm gonna do what's best for her. I got the, you know what I mean, what's in her best interest or whatever. Like, nah, that nigga wants the money. Raina left that nigga, so now he gonna move on to the next big thing. That's
the thing is,
what industry niggas do.
Right, but the thing is, it's not even. He's the worst kind of industry nigga. He's not a regular industry nigga. He's like the scum of industry niggas. He's worse than a regular industry nigga. It's more so. I'm gonna use everything out of you. Like you saying they can use him, but no, they can only use what he gives them. If they wanted to use his name to get in somewhere, if you don't get nothing from it, they can't use it because he's gonna make sure like, nah, unless I'm getting something out of this, you can't use me. But that's not so. A normal fucked up industry nigga would still you would still have some morals about what you're doing. This nigga has no morals.
I don't know what industry niggas you're talking about because most of them seem kind of shifty to me. You know what I mean? The ones I've ran into, it seem like everybody's trying to grind. Like they might be genuinely good people at the end of the day, but when you're trying to, make it, you know what I mean? It's just like anything goes pretty much. Like, okay, think about it like this. I'm not saying like he introduced these people to somebody else, but he did bring them to that party, and that's where they met Brittany Hall's character. Now they did that on their own. Like it just happened to happen. Like you were put in a spot to where now that was able to happen. Without that, y'all ain't at the party. You don't meet Brittany Hall, and you don't blow up off of whatever Brittany Hall got coming up.
I still feel like, man, fuck him.
No, I get that.
I'm saying I'm not. The negatives outweigh the positives this nigga did for it. The opportunities is still fuck him. Like I don't give a fuck if we wouldn't have met Brittany. If you knew we was meeting Brittany Hall, you'd have ran up and shut that shit down because you don't want us in contact with nobody unless it's through you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like his character, but that don't mean I don't understand it. Like I understand who he is and what he's doing. He don't care about them more than he care about himself.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
So if I say, because I understand his character too, but me saying that does not dismiss the bitch assness of his character. Me saying I understand what he's going for is still like fuck him at the end of the day. I don't care. I don't care what opportunities we accidentally stumbled upon because we were in your presence. It's still fuck you because your whole plan was to use us to get where you needed to go.
So how would you feel like if it was like this? Say if he invited them on the tour and he was like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all get y'all song out. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing on this tour or whatever, but I'm only gonna let y'all do that one song. And then everything happened the exact same way. He got them on, and then somebody got them, say like it was let's just say like Russell Simmons or something like that was an audience like I want to sign y'all or whatever, and they dipped on him. Would they be the worst people in the world if they dipped on him, or would it be business?
No, it would be I can't say. So it depends on how they dipped on him. If he did, let's say he did the shit he promised. Let's say he did bring him on tour. It was like, y'all perform y'all song. Then you got more. You respect us enough to help us push forward. You're not using us. You're helping us. So it's like if Russell Simmons does approach us, we're gonna talk to you first because you didn't help us get this far.
What if Russell Simmons was treating him like he's treating Chasity? It's just like, nah, like you don't need this dude. Like I'm Russell Simmons. Like I'm about to put you on. You know what I mean? That shit could be your friend or whatever. You can help him out later, but I need you to be on. But like he's like, oh no, y'all should rock with me instead of Russell Simmons because I started y'all off.
And in that situation, you literally saying this is Russell Simmons. He's not Russell Simmons. And two, even in that, they will be fucked up to not at least hear him out or not at least, I don't know, a conversation has to be had. He would have to understand, like, if I was managing a group and this group ran into fucking Russell Simmons and he wanted to give them a deal without me, it'd be having a conversation between us. It ain't like, I wouldn't be like, nah, man, fuck that. That's Russell Simmons y'all about to be on. It's like, what can I say at that point? That's different. It's a conversation. Now if I'm hyping y'all up and pushing y'all, and I turn around and y'all just gone, I'm like, where the fuck y'all at? Oh, we signed with Russell Simmons. Then it's like, man, fuck y'all, because I got y'all. Russell Simmons wouldn't see you if I wouldn't push you like I was pushing you. It's different. That's the morals behind it.
Yeah, I think it's about how the other party understanding at the end of the day, because it's like if you say if we was a group and then Russell Simmons was just like, yo, I like y'all group, but I just want to sign you. I would just be like, nigga, take the deal.
But
Like,
I would
like,
be like, nigga, no,
like,
because we a group.
but it don't matter. You got kids, I got kids. It don't matter. It's not like, okay, like you go and do that. Like we ain't gonna be cool no more. It's like, no, I'll understand the fact that, yo, you got to do what you got to do. Like this is an opportunity. Go take that opportunity, because if we come out as a group, we might not pop. You know what I mean? But right now, you got a situation right now that can change your life. Go change your life, bro. I'll get another situation. This might not come up no more.
So this is different. This is what's different about what we're talking about. We're talking about us as a group. In this situation, it's the group and the manager.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't make the
he ain't
music.
Even the manager.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's none of that. But in the situation, he would be their manager. In the hypothetical we just talked about.
Right.
But he's not the talent.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, it's like they don't. If Russell Simmons hears us as a group and he's like, I want to sign just you, I'm like, now you breaking up my creativity. On my own, it's not gonna be the same. But that also lets me know what we doing together. Somebody at the top is feeling what we're doing, so we're doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why not push towards what I know is right rather than taking this chance, going off on my own and making bullshit? You know what I mean? It's different when you're breaking up a group compared to a manager.
Yeah, but I ain't say you was gonna make no. I ain't seen Russell Simmons say, "Hey, we're gonna do Laffy Taffy over here." You know what I mean? It's like you do you. You just do you by yourself.
Right, but by myself means that whatever as a group worked, it's not going to be the same. When I write the movies, you make the movies. We got the same. We watch movies the same. We see the same shit. If a nigga comes like, "Hey man, we want you to write movies without him," no, like we got somebody else to direct it. My movies ain't gonna come out the same. It's gonna be different. So now I just took this money to be over here taking chances when I know over here it's working.
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. If a situation come up like that, you take that deal and you just bring me back in later when you get settled. So settle yourself, which is like, oh shit, I got the money now from this situation, and now I can bring my boy in later. You know what I mean? Like I'll be here.
No, well that's like
this, like,
no, but look, that's
your thing.
Even in that's a different situation because we talk about movies. That's a different thing. Shauna and Mia don't necessarily need each other to make any music, so they have a whole different situation.
They're gonna split up for sure,
but it's gonna be a temporary split up.
Yeah, they're gonna definitely get back together. So I don't know if it's gonna be through loyalty or just through. I think it's gonna be like just the fact that she's coming out of jail. You already know that's already popping. Now you already oh shit, Shauna out of jail, like it's lit. Like she gonna have more respect if anything, because that's
just like JT.
That's the culture. But yeah, so. But yeah, that was it. Pretty much as far the last episode. I mean, not the last episode, but the second to last episode. How it ended is just what's it called? Maurice and Shauna kind of having like that conversation, but I think he recorded it, so we'll see what happens.
I think he's definitely just by them showing him hugging his cousin all intimately. I watched the preview, just how he was hugging his cousin all intimately and shit and crying like a hoe. You know he's taking the path of I'm taking her down with me.
Just like nigga, I got you, nigga.
Which is the only reason why it's bullshit and bitch shit is she was at work and she helped him. This was all the scamming shit was on him. He like send me the cards, I'll go do this. She needed the money for sure. But it was like it was him. It's like if I'm selling crack, is somebody like they need money. I'm like, all right, just take this package. You know what I mean? If you didn't get caught and I just got caught, then I just got caught. This is my thing anyways.
They got us.
Yeah. Come from under the car.
What you mean us? Nigga, they got you.
Come out the closet, nigga, they caught us.
They got us, nigga.
What?
Yeah.
It's whole shit for sure. Like it's definitely whole shit that's about to happen. And he's going to give in because of the pressure of his cousin. And his cousin gonna end up not fucking with him in the long run anyway. But I think when they go to jail together, that's the end of his character. We won't see him again.
You talking about Maurice or the other dude?
Maurice. Yeah. I think once he decides to take the deal, which brings her in, and they both go to jail, next season he's not going to be there.
I hope not. I'm trying
to. I just don't. I don't see. I think that would be the end because there's no more love interest, nigga. You didn't put her in jail.
Yeah.
And what's the name gonna wake up? He got to go through rehab, but he's still alive. Lord AK. And you notice how when it was in the studio, dude's reaction when Lamont was asking him about Lord AK, he was like, "Yeah, I thought you would make a song about it." He was like, I ain't talking about that shit. It's like they all know some shit ain't nobody saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. That's coming too. I don't know what's gonna be in this episode or not, but yeah, that's coming. Yeah, I guess we'll see. It's
yeah, and that next week is the last. It's for sure
Yeah.
the last.
When I looked it up, it said only 8 episodes. So
That's insane, man.
yeah, it's gonna be a little. It comes out on the 21st, so we don't even have no break. It's not even giving us no breaks. That's
Which
next
is
week.
cool. Get that shit over with.
Yeah.
Well, like, share, subscribe, talk to us. We talk about. Do we have any comments?
Yeah. Oh shit! Feel like it's been a minute. Let me see. Comments for rap shit last week were Miss Sharon said, "Thanks, guys." That was it.
It was
that was it, bro. I'm looking at it.
Press newest.
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, you right.
Yeah, don't blame
me. Yeah. Let's see. All right, we read that one last time. Says, I'm traumatized after this. This is your girl Bree.
Mm-hmm.
I'm traumatized after this episode. Shauna gonna need to go to counseling. It started with a subtle foreplay, going gummy worm, and then Lord AK setting himself on fire. And yeah, Gat gotta have some highly classified info or video on AK because ain't no way. I literally did the same thing Lamar did and tried to put 2 and 2 together because what the F. Brian, I was like Maurice. I know was like hell. Brian, I was like Maurice, no, like hell, you ain't finna delete that recording after seeing this girl truly has your back. Literally, first episode, Shauna texted Maurice. Episode 2, she hit him up again because he didn't respond. On the third episode, they meet up. They were all independently conducting fraud until they decided to join forces for bigger payoffs. Yeah, and that was it. And then Sharon said, "Thanks, guys."
Right, and that was from episode 5. So this is 6 and 7. Y'all can drop y'all comments below. Let us know what y'all think and where y'all at on this shit. We got one more episode. My predictions: Shauna going to jail. Francois. Francois gonna approach Mia when Shauna go to jail on some industry shit, but Mia finna be like, "Nigga, fuck you." Me and Chasity going with Brittany Hall. And Lamont, they gonna come to an agreement where Lamont make their beats.
Yeah, it's gonna get real messy because it's like depending on what Courtney do, he might not want to Lamont might not want to fuck with Courtney depending on how Courtney approach all this shit. Like if he on some like nigga mind your business type shit, like I'm gonna do what I do. You know, Lamont might fall back. This Francois thing looking kind of different right now because Mia has to trust Chasity in this Brittany Hall character. Mia don't know Brittany Hall's character yet. But she do know Francois right now, so it's gonna be it ain't gonna be as easy to pick just because Chasity says so.
The only thing is, I think it's always been, and I remember I was saying this before. I think it's always been Mia fully invested in Chasity, and it's been Shauna kind of invested in Chasity, but more invested in the Francois. Yeah. So if you take Shauna out the picture, now Francois is basically fighting for Chastity's spot, but Mia is finna be like, no, nigga. I think it's gonna boil down to that. Like, nah, Chastity already got a situation set up for real. Chastity's actually showing something. This nigga Francois is full of promises.
We're gonna see next episode because, like, you know how I go. Like, it'd be one episode where you don't see nothing. He looked like he at ground zero, and then next episode he'd be like, "Oh, this is the Woody Rock from this label." You know what I mean? Or this is the studio session. We're gonna record the EP. Like, he gonna show up with something. He ain't gonna show up empty-handed. That's gonna be too easy.
But he gonna show up with a handful of bullshit and a promise.
And the escrow.
And a fucking escrow. I don't like that nigga, man. Hey, but anyways, like, share, subscribe, talk back wherever if you there. And we out.
Peace.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.